As the ship had for some time been kept clear for action, with all the bulkheads down, it became necessary to prepare for the reception of so many guests by putting the cabins up again. In consequence of making the requisite arrangements, it was past 1 o'clock in the morning before I could get to bed. About 10 o'clock, the officer of the watch informed me that the boat from the shore had asked permission to come alongside, a man being allowed to come on board from her. "I am sent off from Rochelle," he said, "to inform you that Bonaparte this morning passed that town in a chasse-marée with another in company for the purpose of escaping to sea by the Pertuis Breton. He is now in that passage and means to set sail this night." I told him that I doubted his information, having at that moment one of his attendants on board who had come with a proposal for me to receive him into the ship. I then asked him how he came by this intelligence. He answered, "The vessels passed close to a boat that I was in, and I saw a man wrapped up in a sailor's greatcoat, whom one of the people with me asserted to be him. For my part, I'm not acquainted with his appearance. I have never seen him, but when the owner of the vessels attempted to go on board of them, he was kept off and told that they were required for 2 or 3 days, when they would be restored with ample payment." He told this story so circumstantially and with such confidence that I feared there must be grounds for what he stated, and the anxiety of my situation may be easily conceived when it is recollected that I had sent off a ship to England with dispatches announcing the intention of Bonaparte to embark the following morning in the Bellerophon. After a little consideration, I determined to inform Las Casas abruptly of the intelligence I had received, and endeavor to judge by the effect it had on his countenance whether there was any truth in the report or not. I accordingly went into the cabin and did so. He seemed perfectly calm and collected, saying, "Pray, at what hour does your informant state the Emperor to have passed Rochelle?" "At 10 a.m. And I can safely assert on my honor that he was not in either of those vessels. I left him at 5:30 this evening, when it was his full intention to come on board this ship tomorrow morning. What he may have done since that hour I cannot be responsible for." I answered, "As you give your word of honor that Bonaparte had not left the Isle d'Aix when you quitted it, I shall trust to what you say, and take no steps in consequence of the information that has been brought to me, but conclude it has originated in some mistake." About 3 in the morning, the officer of the watch awoke me and said that another boat wished to come alongside. I arose and went up upon deck immediately, and found that she brought the same intelligence from another quarter, and they both eventually proved correct to a certain extent, for 2 chasse-marées, as I was afterwards informed, had been prepared, manned, and officered from the frigates to be used as a last resource to attempt an escape in the event of Las Casas' mission to the Bellerophon not being successful. And they had actually passed Rochelle on their way to Ponto d'Aiguillon at the hour specified, and were there to await his joining them should it prove necessary.